Hey everybody, I'm Maggie Shane. Welcome to the Coffee House blog. This week's post, BME, Big Mom Energy. Well, it's May, and I have just a ton of stuff happening I want to share with you, so pour a cup of coffee or tea and let's chat, shall we? The obvious big event for me this month is the release of Lone Wolf on May 12th, which is a week from yesterday. This book is pure emotion from start to finish. I can't tell you how many scenes had me sobbing when I wrote them. And again, in every polishing draft afterwards. And I already knew what was going to happen. It's just that kind of a story. At its core, it's the story of a baby torn from his mother's arms at only 2 weeks old, and his long, difficult journey back to her again. And it's about the short, fraught, but meaningful life of the woman who mothered him in between. The main action of the tale unfolds between soulmates Wolf and Camellia as they overcome their respective trauma and realize they belong together. But the powerful mom energy that winds throughout this novel is really the wind in its sails. The mothering these two have experienced in their lives is what made them who they are, and a driving force in the story's action. I didn't do that on purpose, and I didn't know when I started this story that it would end up being released the very week of Mother's Day. It's really the perfect Mother's Day book. I couldn't have written a better one if I'd tried. Here's the very first pre-release review. 5 stars. This is excellent. Such a heartfelt story. This had me reading all night. I just couldn't put it down. The characters are intriguing. The plot is full of action, romantic, and suspenseful. The detail was so great, it brings life to the story. All the pieces of the puzzle come together like watching a movie. That's from Annette Reviews. Look her up and follow her because I think she's brilliant. Thank you, Annette. That was the very first one, and you got me where I live, girl. Now, Lone Wolf will be on sale this coming Tuesday, May 12th, and it will be in paperback. Everywhere paperbacks are sold, it is distributed through Ingram, so if you are a bookseller, you can order through there. The ebook will only be available on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. So let's talk about mom energy. Mother energy is strong in me this month. My own mom visited me in my dreams last night, and that has not happened since she passed away in 2009. In the dream, I hugged her, and I kept saying something like, "You're here, you're really here, you're alive." And I kept pressing my hand to her little plump rosy cheek and then to her frizzy red hair, just to feel how real she was, like I couldn't believe it. I was weeping with joy to see her again. There was not a single thought about any negative or unsettled issues between us, of which there were many. It was just pure joy. She didn't say anything that I can remember. She just smiled and beamed at me. It was a wonderful dream. And it's lingering in my heart and keeping me a little bit misty today. There's something happening in me this 64th year of my life, and it's weird. Aside from the rapid aging, which is fun, it feels like there's a new evolution going on inside me. I suddenly love being around other women. And I've always loved being around my very best friends, but this is different. I'm expanding my circle. And I find that it's women my own age that I'm really enjoying the most. We have so much shared history. And that's strange for me because I've always been a hermit. I've been making new friends recently. Can you believe it? At my age. I spontaneously stopped biting my nails a few months ago, a habit I've fought my entire life. I just stopped. They're not very long yet, but they are starting to look like normal fingernails. I don't fight my weight anymore. It just stays good. How is that such a struggle for so long and so simple now? I'm writing something entirely new that might be my best work ever. And the pace of the writing has been supercharged. 4 weeks in and about 3/4 of the way done with the book. It's crazy. That's first draft, of course. There will be many more. My previous record for a first draft was 8 weeks flat. This one will probably be done in 6 to 7. So how am I beating that? Now, aren't I supposed to be slowing down? This series will be called Arsenic and Old Ladies. Book 1 will be Arsenic and Old Ladies, Graveyard Grams. Book 2 will be Arsenic and Old Ladies, Murderous Matriarchs. And book 3 might be Arsenic and Old Ladies, Dangerous Dames. Maybe. So by week's end, I believe we'll have that cover art. We are looking at a release date as soon as September. So stay tuned for those exciting details. And now, in perfect timing with the month of May, I have some romantasy news. The By Magic series is in print everywhere books are sold, with its stunning new covers for the very first time as we speak. And booksellers, it is distributed through Ingram. Australia readers, the Booktopia site, I believe, is the one that still doesn't seem to have the cover art, but it says it's coming soon, and I've talked to my publisher, and it generally takes a couple of weeks, so watch for that. It should be coming. I'm so thrilled by this development, and I have added a bunch of the paperback links to the website, and that would be maggieshane.com/buymagic. I made this mini trailer over the weekend. Bridget and Bryden are twins, half fae, half mortal, and heirs to the throne of Rush. But when the Dark Prince usurps their parents' rule, the babes are hidden in the mortal world. One has become the Dark Prince's captive. The other knows nothing of what she truly is. These two women must find each other again, learn of their own true nature, and return to Rush to reclaim the throne and save the kingdom. So that's it for today. Coming soon, author Julie Kenner will be back for another visit. We're planning to discuss the most frequent question authors are asked universally. Where do you get your ideas? We get them from a lot of places. You might be surprised when you find out where. Don't forget to pre-order Lone Wolf in paperback or ebook. I have to say, it would make an awesomely perfect Mother's Day gift. All mom-themed emotion and joy and mother-child reunions, and it's just, I'm so in love with this book. I will attach the trailer here, and in the show notes, I will leave a link to the excerpt where I read the first chapter to you aloud. Thank you for sharing in my worlds. They'd be terribly lonely without you. See you next time.